everybody, welcome to another junk journal with me video. It has been a good month since my last junk journal video. Some of you may have noticed the past month or two I haven't had as many videos as normal. Just things have been busy, you know, summer and stuff happens, and anyways, hopefully things should be vaguely back on track now. So anyways, this is junk journal process, I think, number 8, and I'm showing you here that I moved into a new journal. Now, a lot of this video, actually almost all of this video, was filmed a good month or so ago, so you'll have to forgive me if I forgot a lot of what I did. But anyways, I was just flipping through the new journal, and I'm gonna start off pretty much straight in the middle of it because that's what I like to do with this page. This is just mostly just some random bits and pieces that I just felt like adding to my journal. I wanted to do like a little wax melt stamp on there with a dried flower underneath. When I send out my junk journal kits and often my pre-made journals as well, I do that just as like a little something nice to open, you know, a little wax seal and a dried flower and stuff. And I realised I haven't been doing it in my own journal, so I wanted to do that. And then I just clustered some random scraps on top of the back side of this little sewn pocket that's in my journal. So there's like a little bit of lined paper, an old vintage advert or something, and some vellum. And then I'm going to do the wax seal over that. Couldn't tell you what flower that is. I basically go around the garden, pick flowers, dry them in books for about a month or so, and then bring them all out. So, and I'm not very good on flower names, but anyways, so that's just there. I do go back on that flower and add some glossy accents just underneath it, just so it doesn't, because obviously when they're dry they're very, very brittle. So I thought if I'm flipping through this journal I'm gonna break this flower. So yeah, as I said, I just added some glossy accents underneath it slightly, so hopefully you can't see the glue, but it will stay in place. But I don't think I do that on video. This little thing I'm adding here, I had bought myself a new pen and just sort of tested it out. It's one of those pens that sort of it just gushes out ink and you can only use it on certain papers. So I tried it on this Conqueror paper and just wrote out everything about the pen and the ink and stuff, and I just thought it looked really, really pretty, so I thought I would just keep that. This washi I'm adding up the sides here. This is another sort of new acquisition of mine. It's some William Morris themed washi, and I love it. I think it's so perfect for junk journaling. I really love wide washi for junk journaling as well, and it looked really nice on top of that blue paper as well, which I think is a Santoro paper, but quite an old one. Here what I'm adding is actually slight story behind these, probably not that interesting, but I had to change sticker paper supplier recently because the people I've been getting it from, I ordered another batch and they sent it to me, and it was just, the quality was so different from what they'd sent me before. Like, it was much, like, it wasn't nearly as opaque, it wasn't as thick, it wasn't as nice quality, so I couldn't possibly use it for the shop for my hand-drawn stickers. Obviously I moaned at the seller and everything, but I have these 50 sheets of this sticker paper, like what do I do with it? And I just thought that quality would work a little bit better with the vintagey ads, make them look a bit more faded and stuff. I haven't put these in the shop. If you're interested, I can do it. It wouldn't be, you know, that difficult or anything, but so far I've only made them for myself, and I do kind of look like the way they turned out. Anyways, other things I added there, you saw those sort of gold peel-off stickers. They came from another seller who I'd moaned at about something. Honestly, I'm not really that fussy. It's just people send the wrong thing sometimes. Anyways, and they resent the item that they got wrong and then sent me this massive pile of peel-off, you know, the gold stickers. I was like, okay, thanks. What do I do with these? So I just whacked those on there, ones that said ABC. I thought that would work with a writing sample, I suppose. Anyways, on to the next little page or spread now. This one is very, very different in theme. It's like not really vintage or whatsoever. Story behind this, you can see the picture there. This was just a random day. I woke up that morning craving cake. Just like, and I often wake up craving cake. It's a normal thing for me, but I don't usually, you know, act upon said craving. But it got to like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like, I still really need cake. I don't know what got into me, but we made some. Basically made some cupcakes, and I took a picture and thought I would journal about all of that. So I just made a tag from a scrap of paper. You can see the paper cake case there. That actually came like that. Like, I pulled it out to, you know, put in the thing to put cake mixture in, and it was missing that top part of the circle, so I thought I'd keep that for journaling and use it as a little pocket. I am stamping some little cupcakes on there just from, I don't know what that stamp set is actually. I've had it for a long time, but I just stamped the 3 cupcakes on there on the back of this journaling card. I did spray some oxide spray in Victorian Velvet, but I sprayed it off away from my desk. Like, I wanted the really splattery spray effect, so I did it sort of in mid-air, so that's why you didn't see that, just to get that nice pinky tone. Tipping in that journal card with some washi that is gold and pink, so it almost looks very birthday-y, but it was not birthday-y at all. It was just Grace had a really random craving and really needed cakes. So I'm using glossy accents to add the cupcake case as my little pocket, like so, and then the tag is just going to get popped into there. I went around the edges of everything with frayed burlap. To make the tag, I used my We Are Memory Keepers tag punch board, and then for the little hole reinforcer thing, I have the We Are Memory Keepers hole reinforcer punch. One of those things that you buy and you think, I'm not going to get much use out of this. I probably should have spent this money, but it's actually been so useful, and I love it. Just picking a random sticker flake to put in the middle there. I just thought that chubby pink cat would look quite good. And then on the other side, I'm using this little scrap of wrapping paper. You know, with wrapping paper, you use it, wrap your presents. There's always little scraps left over, and I don't know about you, but where I live, it's not recyclable. So you can't put it in paper recycling, which really annoys me. So I always like keep it, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to use it. I've been trying to use it more and more in my journaling, all these leftover scraps, just so they get some use, basically, and I'm not just chucking them away. That little pocket there was from this Prima pack of pockets. That was quite fun to say. Prima pack of pockets that I got from a swap table. Again, it's kind of got a birthday cakey theme, something. Again, went around the edges with the frayed burlap, and then on this little piece of paper or cardstock here, I'm putting this washi, sort of folding it over on itself so it's like a little tab to pull it, and I'm going to add some journaling onto the back of that, and I also stamp the date on that as well. So just adding my journaling here, I use this beautiful mint colour ink because, again, it was in keeping with the theme. If there's any ink people out there, it is Diamine Soft Mint ink, which is my current favourite at the moment. Here I'm adding just some little bits of washi. This is from that Dovecraft washi set. I've totally forgot what it's called now. I've just gone blank on what it's called, like pastel florals or something, the 20 set that you can get from the range. I'm adding a little bow rub-on the back of that little journaling card, and I think that is it for that particular little page. So next up, this is on another day. I totally forgot to mention, by the way, my hands in those previous 2 little sections of video, yes, they were blue. I was covered. I had a bit of an incident, an ink spillage, and I was covered in ink, basically. And it's some inks, even when you wash your hands so many times, they are not coming off. It only tends to come off once you've had a shower, like all the shower gel and shampoo, that gets it off, but just normal washing in the sink doesn't. Anyway, that's why I had blue hands in those previous clips, but now I don't. So what am I doing here? Right, okay, this paper is, I bought this paper for shop related purposes to make journals and stuff out of, but I'm in love with it. It's the sexiest paper in the world, and that may sound weird, but I am Ms. Paperlover. So it is the Conqueror laid vellum, and they mean vellum in the old school way, not like the semi-transparent stuff, and it's just glorious. I am in love with it. Anyway, so I'm just tipping in a piece of it into my journal and doing a whole spread on it because I just love it, really. So on one side, I've just added some really wide washi, added just like a little strip of vellum. I'm going to add some stamping on top of there. These are some Kaisercraft stamps of like lacy borders. I'm trying to remember what the name of the collection that stamp set is from. It's like Madam something, I'm not sure. There's me just getting ink on my background there and then washing it off because I used that background to do photos and stuff, so I could not have ink on it. I'm going to add this little vellum sticker here over the vellum piece, and that is just, as per usual, stolen from shop stock. I've got this little card here that I received quite a long time ago and just had in my like little journaling drawer of things to journal someday, and I thought I'd just add that in. So I've just stapled like the top of the envelope on one part so it sort of flips open. I just got the card in there, which obviously I can pull out and read as needed. And I wanted to just decorate the envelope a little bit, so I've pulled out here, this is the Manby Botanicals sticker book, so just added that thing that says joy, just a little strip of paper, some paper ephemera with the butterfly on. I think I added a little phrase. I've got these stickers here, which were from a Kaisercraft sticker book, which I bought a while ago. I'd really wanted them. They were all in TK Maxx and I never got them in time, and then I bought them and I was honestly kind of disappointed in them, so I'm trying to use them up. So on the inside of this little tip-in thing, I wanted to add some journaling, but I'm going to sort of frame the whole piece with this vintage book paper that I've just torn in half in a certain sort of way, so it's not straight in half, it's at an angle. Gone around the edges of that with Distress Oxide Vintage Photo, and I am just gluing those down in place with some Pritt stick, so it's like this ripped thing, like someone's just like grabbed paper and ripped down it, and then I'm going to add the journaling in that space in between. But just ripping up some wide washi and adding that as well, just so there's other elements of things there, and then choosing a pen to use, and I think I'm going to use one of my many Lamy Safaris with a broad nib. And again, if there's anyone out there who is interested in inks, this is Diamine, oh I've forgotten, Tobacco Sunburst, I think. Really lovely brown ink. I basically bought it for junk journaling purposes because brown inks and junk journaling just looks really pretty together. So just writing some stuff there. I think I was actually writing about how busy I've been and how I haven't had much chance to do any of the creative things I love to do, and this was filmed weeks ago, so seeing a slight irony there because I didn't even have much chance to do creative things after that either. Anyways, I'm going to add just a cluster of little bits and pieces on top of those book pages. So I've got the vintage playing card, just a little vellum sticker there, just little bits and pieces, a stamp sticker, some more of those random peel-off stickers that I received. Those ones are like the branding for them, and I actually really like those ones, so I added that because I just liked the look of it. And then I decided to add a little bit more decoration to the front of this little envelope. So again, ripped up bits of washi, just sort of layering those on top of each other, and there when I've got like a little remainder bit of washi, finding somewhere else to stick that. Thought I had another little tiny scrap of vintage book paper that had been left over from that previous ripping session, so I just liked the way that looked on top of there. I wasn't going to stick this piece of paper down, but I accidentally got a big lump of glue on top of the envelope, so decided I should probably put something on top of that big lump of glue, otherwise it's just going to stick to the next page in my journal. So yeah, that's why that's there, and then just making that look a little bit more in keeping with the whole theme with more ripped up bits of washi. And then I think I'm going to finish off this little bit here by adding some more of that lace border stamping. This time I remembered to put something behind what I was doing so I didn't get alcohol based permanent ink on my background again. And then just like, it wasn't stamping very well actually, so it's kind of patchy in places, but patchy stamping works with junk journaling really. And then I'm going to finish off with a butterfly sticker just in that little gap that's down there on the bottom left. It just looked a bit, yeah, wasn't too fond of that, so just adding that butterfly vellum sticker, and then oh, just more stickers. Just keep going back and adding more things again. You'll have to forgive me if it sounds like I have no idea what I'm talking about, because I did film this good few weeks ago, so I'm kind of remembering everything I did. Anyway, I'm sticking that tip in there so it just folds out like so, and I think I am just gonna finish off the video here by showing you all the little bits and bobs I did. So that is it, I believe, for this video. Thank you so much as always for watching. I will leave links to products I've used down in the description box. Full disclosure, some things are from my shop as well, so that will be linked too. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Chat to me down in the comments, and I am gonna go. Thanks so much again. Bye bye.